Hello students, welcome to Me and Math Live. This is the first lesson of area and perimeter where we are going to be talking about area and perimeter of shapes like square, rectangle and triangle. So I'm pretty sure you will be knowing many things about area and perimeter in advance because you've done these type of topics in your previous lessons, no? So let's get started with the winners. First, okay, so we have our winner. Star student of the week is Riyansh and star student of the month is Riyansh as well. So congratulations, Riyansh. In today's lesson, we are going to be talking about the area of square, some tricky questions based on that, a rectangle, again, tricky questions based on that, triangle, and tricky questions based on that, right? Targeting grade 7, 8 students. So this is going to be the lesson where you are going to be understanding, not right from scratch, but with a considering you that you have a basic understanding of area and perimeter. So if we have any shape, say for example, this one, that doesn't turn out to be a rectangle, okay, no worries. It's a rectangle. A rectangle has the dimensions length and breadth, right? Length is always bigger than the breadth. To find out the perimeter, what do? You have length here, breadth there. Opposite is the length, opposite of the given is the breadth. So you just add length and breadth and then double it. Add and double. That is what the perimeter. No, when we talk about the perimeter is nothing but add and double, right? When we talk about the area, so perimeter is going to be add the length and width and just double the answer. And area would be multiplying length and breadth. Length and breadth multiplying is the area and double of the sum of the given sides is the perimeter, right? So if the question comes where you have a rectangle where length is maybe 10 centimeters and the breadth is 7 centimeters, we have to find out, if the question comes, find out the perimeter and the area and the sum of the perimeter and area, something like that. So what's the perimeter? Add the units. So perimeter is double of the sum of lengths and breadth. Double of 10 plus 7. That is 17. Double of 17 is 34. 34 centimeters. When we talk about the area, it will be length times breadth. Length times breadth is like 10 times 7. That gives us 70 centimeters. Okay, third question was to find out the sum. So the sum would be 34 plus 70, that is 104. Right, the sum of the area and the perimeter. If I say was the difference between, was the product of, anything you can talk about, which one is greater, length or width, by how much, you can find it out. Squared centimeters, we should write here, no, squared centimeters. This is how to find out the area of a rectangle. Okay, if we have to find out, if we have a square given to us, I'll try drawing a square. Okay, and if I say, what's special about a square? A square has all 4 sides equal. That's correct. So if I say this is 4 centimeters, so they all are going to be 4 centimeters each. Make sense? 4 centimeters each. If you have to find out the area, so 4 centimeters, that means it would be like this. 4 blocks here And if this is also 4 centimeters, so split it into 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And area is nothing but the space inside. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Or the area is, as I told you, just length times width. But in case of square, you have length and width the same. Still, the formula would be the same, the product, no? 4 times 4, that is 16 squared centimeters. When we talk about the perimeter, what the perimeter is? The boundary. For the perimeter, you need to find out the boundary. So let's find out the boundary. 4 plus 4 plus 4 and plus 4. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, that gives you 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, that gives you 16 centimeters. And that's what the perimeter of this given shape is. Yeah, that's correct. Very well done, Satish. Okay, now we will this is what the perimeter and area of the square is. Now, how about finding out the perimeter and area of a triangle? If I say it's an scalene triangle, that means this is 5 centimeters, that's 6 centimeters, and this is 7 centimeters. Very easy. We are not talking about the area of the triangle. We will focus on the perimeter of the triangle first. What the perimeter would be? Adding the sides, because the sum of the sides is nothing but the area, just adding the lengths. That's what is going to be giving you the perimeter. So 5 plus 6 plus 7, what that gives? (18 centimeters) is the boundary length. What is the perimeter? That's what the perimeter is. If I give you another type of the triangle we have is maybe this is like this, isosceles triangle. We have 5 centimeters and 7 centimeters given, and we have to find out the perimeter. Obviously, when they are going to be giving you isosceles, they will be tricking it, isn't it? It's not going to be very easy and going thing. So here what they did, they missed one given side. You have to find that side before you find out the perimeter. So if that is 5 centimeters, what this will be? Yes, 5 centimeters. Why? Because it's an isosceles triangle which has two sides equal. So they both are going to be 5 and 5. So 5 plus 5 plus 7. The answer comes 17 centimeters. How about getting another triangle, the triangle that is equilateral, all three sides are equal, and this is 6 centimeters. Simple. If it's an equilateral triangle and one side is given to you, that means all the sides are going to be the same. Yes or no? So the perimeter is going to be 6 plus 6 plus 6, that is 18 centimeters. Any doubt in here? It makes sense? Understanding the same? So this is how we find out the perimeter of a triangle. How about finding out the area of a triangle? Let's talk about the area of a triangle. So if I draw a triangle, say for example like this, technically the area of a triangle comes from the area of a rectangle. I will show you how. Say for example, this is what the rectangle we have. Okay, how do we find out the area of a rectangle? If this is length and that is breadth, the area is nothing but the length times breadth. We all are very clear with this because this is something we used to learn in our junior grades. Yes or no? If I say, let's make a triangle. To make a triangle, just divide it into two parts like this. Isn't it a triangle? The shaded, you get a rectangle breaking into two triangles. Yes or no? What we did, when we talk about the area, you are taking half of the rectangle. Yes or no? That means half of what this is, this was length. And what that was breadth. In terms of a triangle, we give them special names. So I will take that shaded triangle out. This was the shaded triangle inside the rectangle. We say this is the base and the top one is the height. The top one is the height. So the area of a triangle is a half a base times height. Technically, these B is the letter we use, the capital B we use for breadth. So let's give it a lowercase b and a lowercase h. So the area of a triangle would be half a base times height. A triangle comes from the rectangle only. So half of the area of a rectangle. Say for example, you just forget about what the formula to find out the area of a triangle. No problem. Just try remembering what's the area of a rectangle and half is the triangle. Right? So come back to the thing. So if this is what the base is, base of the triangle, and this is what the height of the triangle. Say for example, base is 7 centimeters and the height is 5 centimeters. What the area will be? Area is half a base times height. So half base times height is 35. So half of 35 is like 17.5 squared centimeters. Correct? Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question to find out the area of the triangle. Again, your height is given to you 10 centimeters and your base is given as 14 centimeters, maybe something like this. The area is half a base times height. That means half was the base, 10 times 14. Half of 140, that is 70 squared centimeters. Sometimes we also get the odd shapes, something like this. Maybe if you get the right angle triangle like this, and this is given to you as 5 centimeters. They are not giving the height, they are giving the length of sides. 5 centimeters, maybe 12 centimeters, and we can have 6 or one second. Okay, we can say we can say it's 13 centimeters, not 12 centimeters. Say for example, this one is 13 centimeters and the bottom one is sorry. Okay, let's redraw. This is for the shape we have. This is 5 centimeters, that's 13 centimeters, and this is 12 centimeters. We have to find out the area of this given shape. area of this triangle. How to find out the area of the given triangle? To find out the area of a given triangle, again we are going to be doing half a base times height. Don't get confused with a lot of informations given. They do make you go confused. But you have to focus on the given. You need to focus on what you require out of whatever is given. This is what the height is, and that's what the base is. So we are going to be doing half the base, which is 12 times height. 12 times 5 is 60. Half of 60 is nothing but 30 squared centimeters. Correct? Hope that makes sense. Now let's try talking about some tricky questions. This is a square. A square has an area of 64 squared centimeters. This is a rectangle. A rectangle has say for example same area. A square and a rectangle share the same area. What is the width of the rectangle if the length is 16 centimeters. So the length is 16 centimeters. We have to find out the width of the rectangle. Do you get the answer? I mean, do you get the question? What the question is asking? The question is trying to ask you, what is it trying to ask you here? Just think what is trying to ask you here. Read the question and try understanding. Am I hiding the question? The square and a triangle. Just give me a sec. Let me just hide myself. Probably if I hide myself for a minute, you will be able to see the question completely. Okay, so this is what the question is. A question has given information where they both share, the square and the rectangle, they both are sharing the same area. If they both are sharing the same area, we have to find out the width or maybe the breadth of the given rectangle if the length is 16 centimeters. Okay, so if they both share the same area, that means it is going to be, that would be 64 as well. You know, this will also be 64 squared centimeters. So 16 times what gives us 64? 4. So 4 is the breadth, 4 centimeters. Isn't it easy? Right? This is how we do these type of questions. Let's try doing one more question. Say for example, if we have a square given to us, a square has an area of 81 squared centimeters. Find the perimeter of the square. We have to find the perimeter of this given square. Correct? Let's try solving this out. Now I can be here. No? You are no longer doing that. Okay. So what is the perimeter of the square when the area given to, when the area given to us is 81 squared centimeters? In case of square, we know that two numbers multiply to give you the area. Yes or no? Area is 81 and we 100% we are sure that two numbers are going to be giving you 81. But in case of square, these two numbers are same. Which two same numbers give you 81? Which two same numbers give you 81? I know you can use the formula, okay, side times side is area, side is square root of area. No, let your logical brain think instead of just, step by step focusing on, okay, what the teacher taught you, we have to follow the same method. Think logically. 81. What two numbers which are actually same, they both are same, are going to be making up 81. This is how you have to think. When that's a rectangle, you have to think of two different numbers making up 81, or maybe whatever it is, making up the area. Two same numbers making up the area. That's very simple. 9 and 9. Yes, 9 centimeters is the length. When 9 centimeter is the side length of the square, what is the perimeter? Perimeter is going to be the boundary. Just add the boundary. हमें सारी boundary को add करना है. So it would be 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. You can also say कि हमें 9 को 4 times add करना है. That is 36 centimeters. Does that make sense? So we get the perimeter to be 36 centimeters when the area of the square is given. Hope that makes sense. Let's try doing another question. I'm not changing the it doesn't look like a square, no? I just really want to draw a square. Okay. If I say this is area is 100 squared centimeters. Area is 100 squared centimeters. What is the perimeter of the given square? इस स्क्वायर का एरिया 100 सेंटीमीटर्स 100 स्क्वायर सेंटीमीटर्स है, इसका पेरीमीटर क्या होगा? हमें पता है कि एरिया फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं? वी मल्टीप्लाई टू नंबर्स टू गेट द एरिया. So those two numbers are multiplying to give you 100. Which two same numbers multiply to give you 100? 10 and 10. So we get to know that this is 10 centimeters. अगर ये 10 centimeters है तो सारे के सारे 10 centimeters है because ये एक square है. So perimeter is going to be, how many sides do you have? 4 sides. 4 times 10. They all are equal. That gives you 40 centimeters. Very important difference to keep in mind, that perimeter always gives you the length in, meters, centimeters and all. And the area gives you the answer in squared centimeters, squared meters, squared units. Perimeter is just the length of the boundary, and the length is never measured in squared. Yes or no? Yeah. Hope that makes sense. So this is the basic information about area and perimeter of a square, a rectangle and a triangle. We have seen all different types of triangles can we have where we are finding out the perimeter or finding out the area. Connected questions between square and rectangle. and basic informations. Okay, so now we're going to be sitting in our next lesson. Till then, bye bye, take care.